Doug MPA back with another video. So guys, I have a crazy story out of Arizona where this guy, Air Force service member, his wife was trying to take him out by pouring bleach in his coffee. That's right. And so he set up cameras and caught her red-handed pouring bleach into his coffee maker every single morning for 2 to 3 weeks. And guys, I'm going to say there's no reason for a guy to get married in 2023, the average guy. For any guy, I tell you the truth. But on top, on top of the risk of her leaving you, taking half your stuff, taking your kids, taking your retirement, your wife could try to take you out by pouring a substance in your food or your drink. So we're going to get into this story. Before I do that, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. It shows you support me, what I'm doing over here. And this is adding to my Awful Women and Their Foolishness series. And I do these stories because we still have that visceral reaction. You're going to see the woman on the newscast on the right still have this look on her face like, I can't believe this happened. Guys, the modern woman has equal or more of a proclivity for evil than men in 2023. And this story is just showing us another example of that. So let's get into it.
Sarah, thank you. Well, she's accused of pouring bleach in her husband's coffee, trying to poison him, and now she's behind bars.
Melody Johnson is facing attempted murder charges. Police say her plot was foiled when her husband set up surveillance cameras and caught her in the act. True Crime Arizona's Brianna Whitney has been looking into...
You hear that noise on her face? She just can't believe it. And they're like, this is a wild story. This is a crazy... Is it wild and crazy in 2023? I would argue it's not. It's not quite par for the course, guys. It's not par for the course. But this is a regular thing that you need to consider that might happen, especially because they're going through a divorce. And what was going to happen? A custody battle over the child. So maybe it's not par for the course in marriage, but if you're listening to this and you're married to your wife and she wants to divorce you and you're going to take her to court for paternity, you better and you're still living with the woman, you better check your food, better check your drink, guys.
To this wild story tonight.
What?
You know, you really can't make this stuff up, guys. Yeah, it's just so crazy. After about 2 to 3 weeks of this man drinking his coffee, this husband thought, why does this keep tasting weird? But rather than ask his wife if she might know, he got chemical testing strips and secret cameras that he says show her trying to poison and kill him.
It was shocking enough to reread the court paperwork twice. Melody was trying to poison him by pouring bleach into his coffee maker. Yep, that's real life. And now Melody Johnson is facing real charges of attempted first-degree murder. But as a toxicologist points out,
this was not a very good plan if the goal was to, kill him or injure him significantly.
According to court documents, this poison saga began in March while their family was stationed in Germany. Melody's husband is in the Air Force. The documents say her husband started noticing his coffee tasting bad, and after a few weeks, he decided to start pretending to drink it instead and bought pool chemical testing strips. Those showed high levels of chlorine in his coffee pot water. So he installed a camera which recorded Melody pouring something into his coffee pot. He just couldn't tell what it was.
Could you imagine if he hadn't done all this? It's sad he had to do all this just to prove that she was trying to take him out. But that's what it comes at. When you're a man trying to prove evidence against a woman, even your own wife, this is the length that you have to go to, guys.
In June, they moved back to Tucson, where he was stationed at the Davis-Monthan Air Force Base. And in their new home, he installed more cameras that looked like fire alarms. Those caught it all on camera. Melody taking bleach from the laundry room, pouring it into a container, then walking over and pouring it into the coffee maker. He turned the recordings over to Tucson police. As for a motive, documents say the two have a child and were going through a divorce.
Boom, there it is, guys. Boom. She wanted to take him out so she can get her child and not have to go through a custody battle. There it is. Told you.
So how did he survive?
It would take a lot of bleach to poison somebody.
Household bleach is not even quite that strong.
Arizona medical toxicologists Dr. Dan Kwan and Dr. Will Heisey say household bleach only has a concentration of about 5%, which is far less than something like a pool acid that could do significant damage. Because she was allegedly trying to poison him discreetly, both doctors say she likely wasn't pouring much bleach in, meaning it wasn't doing much damage, but he could have still had some irritation.
Burning.
Now watch, guys. I'm gonna keep track of this story to see, because she pled not guilty to first degree, to deletion, and then aggravated assault and stuff. And I guarantee you, her attorney's gonna say, well, she may have been putting bleach in his coffee, but it wasn't that much. I mean, he couldn't have really died from it. Watch, I guarantee you that what he said is going to be part of her defense. Just watch.
Sensation to their throat, where they may even get some chest discomfort as well as some stomach discomfort.
Luckily, he was okay, making for an extra acidic breakfast he never expected to have, allegedly at the hands of his own wife with the worst intentions.
Coffee is, caustic enough for most of us inside our stomach, let alone without some added bleach inside of it.
Melody Johnson is being held on a $250,000 bond. And
$250,000 bond. I thought it was going to be maybe $5,000 and she got to go home the next day. But apparently they're taking this really serious, because she ain't going to find no $250,000. She's going to spend all the way up to trial and jail.
And entered a not guilty plea at her arraignment today. In addition to attempted first-degree murder, she's also facing charges of aggravated assault and adding harmful substances to food and drink, guys.
It's impressive the steps the man took, installing all those cameras. It also just speaks to, wow, that was a very toxic relationship.
See, you see how they say it's a toxic relationship, as in, both of them had something to do with her putting bleach in his coffee. Why don't they just say that was a toxic woman? How about that? But they can't do it. They always have to put some kind of blame on the man.
As well.
Quite. I mean,
No pun intended.
no,
Right?
no pun intended.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a crazy story. But he did take a lot of steps. And had he not caught this on camera, I don't think they would have been able to press charges, because you can't prove anything like that without showing it.
Yeah, my apologies if I missed this, but is she saying she didn't do it?
Yeah, she entered a not guilty
Yeah.
plea.
And is there any reasoning behind how this would have happened if she didn't?
No.
Okay.
No, I mean, there's not.
And where do you find these stories? They're always wild.
They find me, Yetta.
Yes.
Welcome to Modern Woman, you news anchor. Welcome. We've been here for years. Welcome to the party.
They do.
They find me.
Well, here's another one. Interesting indeed.
We'll keep up on it for sure.
All right, Brianna, thank
Okay, so I'm going to keep track of the story, because I want to see what her defense attorney comes up with. This guy's a serviceman in the Air Force, and they're gonna try to assassinate his character first, guys. They're gonna be, oh yeah, she was, battered, and he was, financially and emotionally tormenting her, and maybe they're gonna say he put hands on her and stuff, so she had no other choice because she's a woman. Anyway, be looking for an update on the story on my channel as things develop. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you on the next one.